now multiplication of multiple radicals. So we're going to look at radicals being used with the distributive property and the FOIL process. So here you have the square root of 3 being multiplied to this binomial. So you have to distribute it to the x and to the square root of 5. So the x is considered on the outside, so it stays on the outside, x square root of 3. Square root of 3 times the square root of 5, inside times inside, square root of 15. You're done. There it is. So another distributive property, here we have 3 square root of 2 is going to be multiplied to 5 square root of 2. So outside times outside, inside times insides. 3 square root of 2 times 6, 3 stays on the outside, 2 multiplies with the 6 on the inside. Well, here I have a pair of 2's inside of my square root. I can consider that a 4, and the square root of 4 is 2. We'll multiply that out, square root gone. 6, we can break that down to 2 times 3. This pair of 2's will simplify out and multiply to the 3. So that becomes 6 with this 3 left over. Here we have a pair of 2's simplified out, so 15 times an extra 2 is the 30. There's my simplified answer. Again, you can take your calculator, type this in just as you see it. Let's see if I can find my calculator here. There we go. There it is. Okay, so like I said, we can take your calculator, multiply that in. Let's clear that out. So 3 second square root of 2, go out of the square root, left parentheses, 5 second square root of 2, plus second square root of 6. Make sure you get out of those square root symbols. Hit enter. There's my decimal representation. I type in my answer, 30 plus 6 second square root of 3. Hit enter. Same exact decimal representation. So now I know this is correct. I can grade this one. You just have to store a value for x, say a 2 or a 4, whatever you'd like to store for that. All right, next example, foiling. 4 square root of 3 times the square root of 3. Multiply the insides. 4 square root of 3 times the square root of 8. Multiply the insides. Square root of 2 times square root of 3. Multiply the insides. Square root of 2 times square root of 8. Multiply the insides. Notice the minus sign, so when I multiplied the 4 square root of 3 times the square root of 8, that was a minus. Square root of 2 times the square root of 8, that's going to be a minus because it's a positive times a negative. So let's start to simplify. Pair of 3's, multiply it out to the front with the 4 becomes a 12, square root's gone. 8 can break down to 3 2's, so a pair of 2's multiplied to that 4 becomes minus 8. Then 3 times the 2 is a 6 on the inside. 2 times 3 plus square root of 6. Okay, these two we can combine together. 2 times 8, that's going to be 16, so the square root of 16 would be a minus 4. 12 minus 4, we can combine that together to be the 8. Negative 8 radical 6 plus 1 radical 6 or square root of 6, minus 7 square root of 6. And again, type this in, type that in, decimal representation should match. Here, multiply again, but you should notice we have a plus and a minus, and the terms are the same. So when we do multiply this together, square root of 10 times the square root of 10, square root of 10 times the negative square root of 3, it's a minus 3 times 10. Square root of 3 times square root of 10 plus 3 times 10. Notice how the two middle terms are opposites? They're going to cancel out. Square root of 3 times negative square root of 3 minus square root of 3 times 3. Those cancel. Pair of 10's makes this a 10. Pair of 3's makes it a minus 3. 10 minus 3 is a 7. Make note of this right here. We're going to use this a lot in the next video. We have a technique that multiplies radicals together and there's no radical in your answer. Remember, this is what we call that conjugate pair.